Hey guys, System here, and this is All the Mods Tend to the Sky. I myself am having a wonderful day. Hope you guys all are as well. Let's go ahead and forward, get back into this base pack. In between episodes, have not actually done too much. I think I set up a bunch more recipes. I set up some more crystal slicers, circuit slicers, and crystal assemblers. I have those set up. More parallel crafting. These have to be powered from the bottom or top, so I had to do a little jank here. So I had to add a level of fluix. Outside of that, we're good. Everything's good in the world, and yeah, we are good for more parallel crafting. I still need to upgrade these furnaces. Haven't done that yet, but I'll get to that at some point. Either way, we got really fast circuit production now, because every time I kind of queue it up, if I do a stack, it splits all the jobs in between the four machines. Everything's good in life, right? So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it real quick here. I want to go ahead and set these up. ME requesters, right? So this is actually my favorite add-on mod for AE2, like ever. I love this mod. It's just great all around. Go ahead and grab ourselves some glass here real quick. So basically what this little setup here does, you only need one of them, right? And each one of them I think is good for, looks like 5 recipes? Yeah, only 5 recipes. But basically what you can do is keep levels of items in your system without even thinking about it, right? So if I want to have glass, I go ahead and pop it in there. And right now it's set to stock 1, which isn't really optimal. And I'll do a batch size of 1 at a time. So what I like to do is change the batch size to much larger. I'll say like 512. Now I'm going to tell it to keep like 10,000 glass in the system. Then I just submit the changes here. And that's going to start making that in the background. But it doesn't do it kind of all at once. It'll send a order of the 512 that I set it to. And then wait a bit, check the other things that are kind of in the list. Maybe do do the other ones that are down here. And then kind of cycle back to it, add another 512. It'll just keep the system always having 10,000. So as I'm using the glass, it'll just replenish it. I don't have to think about it. And in fact, after I do this, I'm probably going to switch over to sand as well, because I never have sand in the system. I'd like to have that as well, but it's being used right now to make this, right? So it's super cool, super awesome, and great for just keeping levels of items in the system. I'll probably end up doing it for like logic circuits. I'll probably tell the system to keep like, I don't know, 1,000 of those in the system, you know what I mean? 1,000 of each circuit, right? I guess the main 3. And then there'll be a bunch of other things, right? So I have enough here to do 30 items currently, and I may end up with more. I love these things. They're just great for maintaining items in your system without even having to think about it. Back in the day, you used to have to use like the level emitters and redstone signals. This is just so simple. It just makes your life so much easy. Use this. Definitely. If you're going to use any add-on from AE2, this is the best one out there. I mean, arguably, that's pretty good, but it's expensive. These are cheap as dirt. You can do it right away. I should have done it sooner. You know, just maintain levels of items in your system. So, yeah, use ME Requester. I feel like I'm selling it. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and set up a sewer and a sewage composter. That's going to make it so we get some fertilizer from industrial foregoing. And with that, I'll be able to make my hydroponic beds that I want to make here. So, that's like the last component I need for these. So, go ahead and do that. Only need a couple stacks, so I'm not going to hook it into AE2 at all. I'm just going to kind of set it up and kind of forget about it, right? Okay, we'll have the sewer. We're going to have him sit in the wall here, too, just so we can see our little cow doing his, well, he doesn't really do much. He'll just be sitting there getting drained of sewage, I guess. Go ahead and head down here. Have to power this. We'll just do it from the bottom. We just need a point and 1 single cable for that. So we'll just do that. Definitely not flux cable. We'll go ahead and grab an ultimate. Here you go. These don't take much power or anything either. They're very simple, basic machines, but need to get it done either way. So that's good there. On the sides of this one, the sewage, we're going to push that out the front. So I'll have a push there. So it should push the sewage into here. That's just going to just automatically make fertilizer here. Only going to use tier 2 upgrades on these two because they're not that important. Then I think that's pretty much it. Just need to kind of get the cow in place. So we'll have some glass here. Here we go. And then I just need to put an inventory right there, and I think we're pretty much done. So let's go ahead and drop off the cow down there. And hopefully it starts getting some sewage. There we go. And once it gets, I think 1,000? That's more than that. No, it's 1,000. There you go. You'll get some fertilizer here, and that's great. And in fact, I'm not even going to put an inventory here, honestly. Like I said, I only need about a stack of this stuff. Then I'm pretty much good to go. But we'll have our little cow kind of on display here. A little display cow. Wish I had some name tags. I'd give him a proper name. Maybe if I find one later on, I'll go ahead and set up a name tag for him. But for now, just a cow living in our walls, producing sewage, making us fertilizer. We're going to go ahead and quickly set up one more machine here. This one is going to be for Ender IO. We don't need it, I guess, technically right now. Later for the star, I think you need to get into a little bit of Ender IO to get to the sentient Enders. I saw that was at least part of one of the recipes here. I got a bunch of recipes here. This is for a bunch of different alloys. This machine we're setting up here is the alloy smelter. I'm going to be using it right now to get us into conduits, right? Need to configure this as well. You can go into this little IO configuration. You can kind of swap it around. Oh, apparently I was already into this. I want to set it to push pull on the bottom, and you get to like change any side, but you have to kind of rotate it. A little funky indeed how it works here, but that is how it works. I want to go ahead and throw in one of these capacitors. Usually you have to like make the capacitor, but I found one in the nether here, right? But each level kind of makes it faster and faster. This one's a ×3 here. The one I found is a little over ×3. Has a fuel efficiency modifier on it and energy capacity, so it's decent, right? Not too great, but not too bad at all. Smelting mode, we're going to leave it on alloying and smelting, because the fused quartz recipe, I think, is a smelting recipe. So I need both, but I'm going to set it to blocking, just so it never messes up the recipes here. Then probably go ahead and throw an induction. And I think we're pretty much ready to go ahead and test this out. And, we should be able to go ahead and make some conduit here. Into conduit. Go right here. Sweet. Tell that to start. That should start doing the stuff things, right? So there you go. We already got some conduit, which is what I wanted here. Probably going to grab some of the ender conduit as well. We'll use that for the power. I thought I set this up. I did. Go ahead and do this here. Hunt down the ender conduit. I'll have to make about 20 of those. Does not know how to make the alloys. What did I do? I forgot one alloy. Go ahead, set up the recipe for the vibrant. And then that should be the last one there. Go ahead, go to view. I already know how to make that alloy there. And that should be everything. So go ahead and drop that off. And now I should be able to make the power conduits as well. Yeah, I used to love conduits. Conduits used to be like the end all and be all, right? It was the best like piping mod we had forever. But piping mods have come so far since then, right? Just so far. It's just insane how far they've kind of moved. They have changed the interface a little bit too. It's nice, this little idle thing. I like that. It's a little spot for the capacitor. Not too bad. Looks like it's a lot more flushed out than it was in the last version I've seen. So hopefully it works out pretty well. The conduits were a little buggy last time. But it's part of the reason I want to use them. I want to see what state the mod's in. And we've got the ender conduit here. We're going to use this to automate the simulation chamber and the loop fabricator is kind of the idea here. Okay, let's go ahead and automate hostile neural networks. And of course, we're going to use conduit, like I said, right? So let's go ahead and grab the simulation chambers. I'll have 5 of these. So kind of like that right there. That looks pretty good to me. And then we'll go ahead and throw the loop fabricators and pop these on top. So something like this right here. That looks good. And they're configured. Only 2 of them will actually have data models in them right now. So we'll have the wither one and the shulker. Later on, we'll have an enderman. I know we need it for the sentient ender. That's part of the ATM star. And then I'll have 2 more for expansion if we need it, right? So that's the thing. Should go ahead and set up a drawer here as well, probably right away. We'll just pop that right there for all that matters. And we need some flux. Could I have regular flux? Apparently I can't afford flux. Oh, it's right there. Here you go. Pop it right there. And we're going to throw a storage bus on this one. Right here. This is going to be for the generalized data that we get from here. This stuff here. Generalized ender predictions, I guess is what they are. Well, we'll get mostly this one right now, but you can get these ones as well. You don't want them to flood the system. So I'm just going to end up letting it have 512 in this drawer and then void it off, right? Oh, did I do that right? Yeah, it's locked. It's linked. Throw in a void. And then I just need one of those, right? So let's do this for right now. Poof. And that should be good. And if I pull that out of the system now, let's actually grab all of it. So I don't want this to build up, like I said. Put it all in there, and the rest should be voided off. So that'll handle that. Oh, I should set the priority on this too. Something over 0. I'll set it to 100, because why not? Then I'll always try to store it there first. So that'll handle that part. Let's go ahead and break this block. Go ahead and grab ourselves an interface. That. Need myself some predictions here. Go ahead and grab some. Going to use the interface to autocraft this stuff in the background. Oh, that's definitely not good. Go ahead and get those out of there. Want these here, and that there. And we'll leave it at 64. It'll keep 100, I guess 2 stacks in there, right? So that is good. We need to get power into these machines. We'll use the enter conduit. So let's go ahead and do this here. Yep, get it connected to the backs of all of them. We'll just use a point here too. Go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and give that power. That will power all the machines. So we have the first part already done. So these conduits too, they export and import by default. With this, most of the other cables you're going to have to configure. There's also a bunch of other conduit. I didn't really tell you that either. So you go to conduit here. Not conduit, Ender IO, I guess. Ender IO. And then go conduit, I guess. Just get a smaller list here. You have the fluid ones. You have the power ones. You have item. You have redstone one that you could set up, which is pretty cool. ME conduit. So you could actually do any ME connections as well. And then you have heat ones and chemical ones as well. So yeah, you have a lot of options here. And the cool thing about them is you can put 4 different conduit in the same block space, right? That's kind of the big thing about conduit. Let's go ahead and grab this here and set up our predictions being put into the simulation chambers. So we just right click these on to occupy the same block space here, like thus. The extract isn't on by default, so you have to turn it on, so I'll do that. Then I think we have to turn on insert into every one of these machines, right? Yeah, we have to do that, or every one of the cables, I should say. Conduit. It is conduit. Anyway, I tried to look for the copy and paste thing that we used to have for Ender.io too. It doesn't seem like it exists in its current form, sadly. So I kind of have to do these all manually. So that's good there. And these two here should start getting the predictions. Let's actually get them. It's getting them there too. I'll throw some extraction upgrades here in a bit. The extraction upgrades just go into this slot right here. So that is good. Now, next thing we need to do is, what would be the next part? Oh, we need to set up a filter. Let's go ahead and grab a filter. At Ender. Yeah, we'll just go with the basic one right now. Go ahead and grab one of them. Go ahead and grab some predictions. So I need a wither. And we didn't get one of those yet. Did I get one right there? Of course not. Go ahead and grab a time in the bottle. Speed that up. That prediction isn't leveled up very much yet. Yep, with that one, go ahead and head here. We're going to filter these. We're going to set this to a blacklist. So we can't deposit them into the interface because I needed to go to the loop fabricator. So what we'll do is go to the insert on this one, pop the filter. Did I set that blacklist? I meant to. Yes, I did. Go ahead and pop it there. Set the insert so you can kind of insert into that. And now that's configured. And now the generalized matter should start getting pulled out of these. If I set these right. No, I haven't set extract yet, right? So on these ones here, I want to go to each one and turn on the extract, at which point that matter will start going to the interface and then going to the storage drawer and getting voided off, right? They're all set up and everyone has a extract here for. And now all of the material should be cleared out. There you go. The generalized data matter is gone, or whatever the heck it was called. I keep calling it something different each time. Doesn't matter too much. We need to add the other conduits up here, though. Go ahead and pop it right there. And I guess the last thing we need to do here is tell these machines what to process first off, right? So the loop fabricators. So when they get the these things here, the predictions, they need to be taught each what they can actually process, right? So if I put one of these in here, I can choose the item. Now, next time it gets one of these, it'll automatically produce that, right? I don't have to tell it again. But you have to do that for each prediction that you can possibly get. So I have to do that and that. Then we go into here, I guess, and we want to go to, what is that mod? The mod is called Hostile Neural Networks. I'll never stop wanting to call it Deep Mob Learning. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab that there. Then you just right-click this. Notice there, copy 2 selections. Then we just shift and right-click. And I'll actually paste it. So you just paste it to the other machines. Now this one down here will know what to do with this wither prediction. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's go ahead and drop off this in the air, and there, and there, and there. Just get that all processed. Then last thing we need to do, I guess, is pull those items out and put them into the interface, and then we are pretty much done. So we already have the conduit set up. We just need to kind of speed them up. So we'll just do that and set each one of them to extract, at which point we are done, right? Just make sure I'm setting everything right here. You can set up what we'll call it a color channel as well. You can do it completely like you're filtering on color channels as well. But I just didn't think it'd be good for this particular setup. Oh, one last thing I forgot. I forgot I had to turn on the inserts to all these ones up here because it can't put in the actual predictions, right? So I should probably go ahead and turn those on. Have the extracts and the speed upgrades in there, so we're good. Go ahead and do that. And now every one of these should be working. There you go. Yes, it's actually getting the predictions now. It's doing the stuff with things. And everything's good in the world, right? Go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Just verify everything's working. Oops, I just copied. No, that's fine. As long as I didn't paste the wrong settings, we're good. Yes, it's getting that, and every once in a while, it ends up in different ones, but it doesn't matter too much. I really only need probably 2 loop fabricators for all 5 machines, but I figured to set up 5, just so it looks nice. Anyway, that's the thing, and that's going to be our automation here for hostile neural networks, so that's cool. I have to say the conduits are in the best state that I have seen. Like, they're nothing glitchy. I didn't have any problems in all the previous versions. I've had issues. They seem like they're working good now, so you may see me use these more often. The only thing I wish they had, I so wish it, is this one to copy the conduit settings, Ender IO, but I don't see it here. It kind of looks like this. Actually, it kind of looks like a stun gun. I remember what it looked like, but it's not here. It's just not here, unless I'm completely missing it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it at all. I checked several times, keep hoping to find it, but it's not here. It's so much better when you just copy like a whole bunch of conduits and just paste the settings, right? But anyway, not gonna worry about that. And that's our automation. So I'm just about done here, setting up all our crafting recipes that we're gonna need for the essence here. And I got us a master infusion crystal, which is pretty awesome. So we have that. That is the blue tier. Apparently I made 2 blue tier. Let's not make 2 blue tier. When you're making the recipes too, after you have the master infusion, you want to swap it out with the recipe, make sure it uses that. I do have substitutions enabled, so that should be able to handle it within the system, no problem. And you have any other crystals that were kind of leveled up with the process from making the essence the first time, right? So what I'm trying to say here is when you make the different levels of essence as you're making your first master infusion here, you have to have the lower level ones, right? So this one takes a tertium one, right? And you need the prudentium to make that one. You step it up, right? It's stepping stone. So I guess that's the thing. So get all my essence here. The way we're going to automate this in this pack, I usually always use a builder, right? So I want to use a different method here. We're going to try out this quantum crafter. So let's go ahead and grab that. We'll get them in order too, just to keep me happy. Here you go. And pop that in there. Quantum crafter is pretty expensive, right? But we have everything kind of automated for this already. It's really not too bad. We did this earlier on, so I could just auto craft it, no problem. We need to kind of configure this machine though. So this thing is like a 82 crafter, but it's very, very fast. You could throw a bunch of speed upgrades in here. Then I can kind of configure it and then tell it what to do. And basically all I want it to do is keep certain numbers of items in the system, just so we always have it. So you can put a number in here and just hit enter. It's going to keep always keep 64 inferium in the system, even when it's crafting up to the prudentium level, right? And I can do the same thing here, right? So I just tell it to keep 64 of each. You have to hit enter too, which is a little odd, but not that big a deal. This one here will do the same thing, 64. That is great. This one here, 64. Enter. And that one there, 64. Great. They hit enter. And Insanium, I'll probably keep that. I don't want it to just make it forever. So maybe I'll set this to like 256. There you go. And actually, no, this one's 64. Then limit to 256, so we only end up with so much Insanium. We can downcraft this, so it doesn't matter too much, but we won't end up with more than 256 Insanium in the system at any time. Then I think I'd just go ahead and just turn these all on, and I think that's going to start working. Maybe? Maybe? Did it already do it? There's no way it already did it. Oh, I have to put the crystal in the system. This has to be in there, right? There you go. It's doing the stuff there now. Go in here now, go to at mystical. You'll see here it's making it very quickly, and it's just going to craft up all our essence for us without us ever having to touch it. And if I pull out a stack of prudentium, you know what I mean, or a stack of anything, right, and lower it below that 64 mark, it's just going to up the levels, up to that level, then push forward, right? And this stuff here, like I said, I actually only want to take one right now because it's going to start crafting it. I go ahead and downcraft it as well, so it doesn't even matter, right? So yeah, that's going to be how we handle our essences of this pack. We don't need as much essence as we do in most packs either. There isn't a lot of seeds, actually. If you go to at mist seed, this is all we got. They removed most of the higher tier ones. They did not want you to use it for all your resources, basically, in this pack. But it has a lot of stuff that are very useful. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on seeds here in a second and grabbing a bunch, right? So one I really want is dirt. I know that's odd, but this could be part of the ATM star. And there was another one as well. Also honey. I can't get this one quite yet. I just need some honey bottles, I guess, and some honeycomb. I'll have to get that one later on. But there's some very useful ones in here we're going to grab a bunch. Next thing we need to do is actually make some seeds, so we have something to grow inside our hydroponics, right? So let's go ahead and grab our infusion altar, pop it on top of that redstone clock. This makes your life a little easier. Throw down the pedestals that you're going to get here. Well, I guess craft up. These things are super cheap too, like all these things, insanely cheap. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, pop that down. And then we're pretty much ready to go. With the shaders, it won't actually show us the animation, but it doesn't matter too much. I have to make some of these seed bases, so I have those. I have dirt, and then I have some inferium. It depends on the tier you're doing, what material you need for the essence. But for these ones right here, it will just be regular inferium. So go ahead and do that right there. And you can't actually see it right now, but it's actually crafting. You see there, it's saying dirt seeds. But the redstone clock automatically triggered it, and there you go. We actually have ourselves a dirt seed, right? Now I'm going to be doing 2 of those for sure. And then I'm going to go through and kind of figure out exactly what other seeds I need. But I have some other kind of ready here. So this is going to get us dye seeds. That'll be the nether seeds, water agglomeratio. You have to make this one for the water seeds, earth seeds, air seeds. That's all your elemental ones. I think there's fire too. I forgot those ones. I'll have to go ahead and make that. Cool thing about I think it's the fire and water, actually. You go to use on them. You have 2 cool recipes that I find very useful in a lot of packs. Yeah, lava bucket, and the water ones can make water bucket. So really useful recipe there. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and make a bunch of seeds, and then we'll go ahead and set up our hydroponics here and get that fully automated. I think we have everything kind of ready to go. So I think I got everything ready to go here, right? So I have our hydroponic beds. We have 16. We have all the upgrades. We're up to tier 7 currently. We'll get to tier 8. But honestly, once you're at tier 7, it doesn't really matter that much. We're going to go from 8 times processing to 9, you know what I mean? Another 100% speed increase to 8. It's not as big of a step once you're up to this level, but we have it. The seeds, pretty basic. Went with dirt, stone, inferium, air, water, wood. Wood is a big one for me, actually. Fire, nether. That'll give us soul sand as well, I believe. Nature gets you a lot of foods. I always grab that one because I always end up using recipes from it. And earth dye is always a big one as well. So that's kind of all of our seeds here. The way we're going to do this too, like I said, is going to be around this fire pit. Already threw in an elevator, so we go up and down. We're going to use the Ender IO cables because, well, I'm enjoying using them. And I thought they'd be pretty good for this setup when I kind of started the video. So I just thought I'd do that. So that should be good there. That'll be kind of our configuration. I want to go ahead and get all the upgrades in here. These you can just shift into, which is nice. I wish you could do multiple. Wish it was like AE. AE has that tool where you can put in a whole bunch of different upgrades all at once into machines. I wish more mods had that so you didn't have to do this constantly to all your machines. But anyway, we'll get them done here. Get them all in. These are going to be very fast, mind you. And that is going to be a good time when it's all set up here. This thing's just going to go zoom and burr, right? So when this is all done, we're going to end up with 3 different lines of cable. And then we'll have a barrel over here as well, right? So the barrel, it'll have an Omega upgrade. It'll be the same as usual. We'll set that up to only be able to extract. Have to put a storage bus on the back there. We'll do that in a bit. Want to make sure everything's working first. We're going to have 2 different liquids that we need to contend with. So we'll have water. Then we're going to have the ether gas. Ether gas can make it so it can automatically farm from the block. Otherwise, it doesn't do that automatically. The power will be super easy, I guess. We'll just we can put that anywhere. Just put it right there. Go ahead and grab ourselves the cable, the energy conduit, and we're just going to hook these all up here. And these should already be powered. So I guess that's the thing right there. And every machine should already have power in it. So we have that taken care of. Now the liquids, we're going to have to, I guess, do them as well. So in the same kind of block space here, we kind of get that all done very easy. These cables are amazing. And we're going to have 3 cables in the same block space when we're done here. And I think that's pretty rad. So all we have to do on these, I guess, is set the extract. We want to turn those on. And I think we have to set the inserts, but I'm not 100% sure. So go to here, go to liquid. Yeah, we'll have to set the inserts on every one. You can see here it already has water. It already has the ether gas. Apparently it uses it too. Oh no, it doesn't. I forgot these machines automatically push their liquids. Like over here, there's probably some already in here. Yeah, they push to connected hydroponic beds. So if you have multiple of them touching each other, they will slowly disperse the liquids, but it's too slow for our needs. It'll disperse the power too. But these have such fast upgrades that the machines little, I guess, buffer there. The way they kind of spread their stuff won't be enough. So anyway, let's go ahead and set these all to insert. I suppose the storage bus will just sit on the back here. Like I said, we'll set that to extract only. And that should be the only thing we need here. Yeah, we shouldn't need anything else here. That should be That should completely facilitate our needs there. And I think we're ready to test this out, actually. If I go ahead and grab a dirt seed, it won't have an item collection quite yet, but I could put one in here. See how fast it's going to be? There you go. It's going to be very fast, actually. Look at that. That's just flying. These things just zoom, man. I actually could probably throw down all the seeds now that I think of it. Just kind of get them down here. Need to clear off my bar a little bit so I can fit more than one seed at a time. I have the 3 dirt. Probably we're going to replace one of those later on with a honey seed once we have the honey seed, but for right now that's good. Then we're going to have some other ones that require a crux, but for right now the crux ones I'm going to set them up at a different place. They'll be in a different area. But anyway, that is good there. And all these machines should be getting large amounts of materials really quick. I can't even check them from up here, can I? Go ahead and head down here. Check it out here. Yeah, that one's all getting stuff. This one's all getting stuff. It's doing the stuff and things. And they're just flying along. That's awesome. Yeah. Looks like, water is not fast enough. So what we'll do to fix the water is just throwing in a extraction upgrade. So this here. And that should fix that problem right there. That has water now. This has water. I guess the far part of the lines over here, I'd be running out over here, right? That's fine. Yeah, so now we have no problems with water. So that'll facilitate that. And then I guess the last thing we need to do is set up the item conduit and get it all pulled into the barrel. And it'll be pretty much the same thing. I just love how you get these giant conduit bundles. I think it just looks really rad. There you go. I've really missed this mod. It's been surely missed. It's just been in a bad state for a long time. But basically all I should have to do is go to each one, set them to extract, always. And then on the barrel connection, I should be able to do a insert, right? Wait. Well, maybe that's already set? No, that should be set, right? No. Just have a hard time seeing what's going on in that bundle right there. I want to click through. I might have to go underneath here to configure this. Let's do that. Oh, I should be able to do it right there. Set that to insert. We don't want to extract on that one. And that should just start getting the stuff things. And then I'll just have to throw in a bunch of extraction upgrades. So each one will have its own, right? So I'll just have it all set up, and then it should be a problem anymore. But yeah, that should facilitate that. Just making sure everything's working here. Yeah, it's working. We already have 500 water essence. Took no time at all. Let me go ahead and set up the rest. I think this might be the last one here, so go ahead and do that. Set that to always active, and that should be good, right? That's good. That's good. Let me go ahead and check these a little later, but I think they're all working here. So back here now, we should just have a barrel with a whole bunch of essence. It's coming in super fast. We just use it to craft up everything we need, right? So you can make all the different woods with the wood ones, right? And then like with the water one, you can make, I think you can even make clay with this, right? So technically I don't need my clay set up anymore. Where's clay? I think it's in here. Probably already went past it. Yeah, you can just craft it like that. So I don't even need that silly clay set up anymore. I don't need a lot of things anymore, to be honest. Deep slate too, I needed that for something. I can't remember. There's something that we needed that for. I don't think I needed it. Oh, I might have a setup over here for it, don't I? Did I do deep slate? I can't remember. No, I didn't. I was going to, because you need it for the upgrades for the unobtainium, don't you? It's one of the tiers, one of the templates. Anyway, I don't need that anymore, I guess. There's a lot of things I would need. Dye ones are always amazing. It's just nice having this. You just set up the 16 recipes in 82. Never have to worry about that again. And the fire essence usually has some good ones as well. Yeah, things like soul sand, so I'll be able to use it for that. I could actually start sifting down soul sand, actually. That should be not a problem anymore. I can keep up with that, no problem, probably with just the one seed. So, yeah, we are good to go. This thing is just hammering out tons of resources. Just need to kind of hide this, maybe pretty up a little bit, and we are pretty much good to go. Really happy with this little setup. It's actually really nice to be able to use Ender IO for it, too. Just these conduit bundles, they're pretty rad. Just love this mod, man. This mod is so good. It's just so good being able to do this all in one block space, getting it all done. I just wish, like I said, I just wish it had the copy paste. It'd be in a perfect state right now. If I could just set up one of these and just copy paste all the settings, that would have been so much better. But it is what it is. We deal with what we got, and we got ourselves some amazing hydroponics hammering out resources. That's pretty rad. Went ahead and set up the recipes for the soul sand, and I'm exporting it automatically into the sieve now. See here, once it does a stack, get another stack back, which is pretty good. And we're getting the resources from that as well now, which is pretty awesome. And I also went ahead and threw it into a requester. So whenever the system needs some, it just produces 1024. So just one big batch, then have to sift it down, make it craft a little less, right? But either way, that is good. And we'll always have soul sand in the system as well if I need it. But that's pretty awesome right there. So yeah, just good all around. I did craft up a big batch there at first, but it looks like our nether essence is keeping up too. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. If we go to the nether essence, yeah, we're at 11k. I think it's still going up. Yeah, we got more than enough, so no worries. But I think I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this one up here. So as always, if you guys like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. Really liked it. Hit the subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Want you guys all have a good one. See you guys at the next video. Later.